Let's start the haul from the Motown Thrift Store. These aren't the first items I found, but I thought let's start with these and then we'll go around and get the rest of the items up here and I'll tell you how much I paid for them, what I think I can get for them. This beautiful blue and white floral pattern on these, and I could tell when I picked up the plate, it's got some weight to it. It's a nicely made plate by Nautica. It says Bermuda Tablewares, made in Portugal. So I get 25% off of any tag. And then of course the orange ones were 75% off and the white ones were 50% off. So I get 25% off of this. So this stack is just under $8. So actually I got it for like $6. Well, actually less than $6. These go for anywhere from $10 a plate up to $12.50 a plate. So for this stack of 4, I'm expecting to get somewhere in that $40 to $50 range. This is definitely a BOLO if you can get it for the right price. This is a very simple, simplistic patterns. It's got the navy blue with the gold rim. This has got, I have to clean this, it's got some smuts there. So it was $2.98, but this was orange tag. So I got a set of 4. So $2.98 times 4 is a little over $11. 75% off. So I actually only paid $2.98 for the whole set of 4, which was fantastic. These are made by Dutson. Let me turn it around a little bit more so you can actually see it. It says Stoke-on-Trent, England, decorated in the USA, which is interesting. It does have some 1800 to 2003. I'm not sure if that's how long they were in business or not. It says vitrified there, the finest vitrified. So these are heavy duty. They're very heavy, like restaurant wear. Now there was an entire stack of these, and I picked out the 4 best ones I could find because not all of them were in the best of condition because of like the gold can get rubbed off so I picked out the 4 best ones, and these also, just like the ones right next to it, sell in that $10 to $12.50 range. So I'm expecting to get the same amount for these as the other plates next to them, but these aren't plates. This is a bowl, and people were calling these salad bowls, and I'm like, I never heard of a salad bowl, but they're also calling them soup bowls. So it's like soup/salad bowl, and I thought that was an interesting distinction because I've never heard of salad bowl in terms of place settings. And so I think I can get in that $40 to $50 range for this set of 4. So if you see the name Dutson on any type of dishes or serving pieces, it is definitely a BOLO and worth picking up. These were just gorgeous. I loved this pattern. Just attracted to the florals at $1.98 each, but I got 25% off. So I only paid $3, a little under $3 for both plates. This is Blue Ridge Southern Pottery. Now each of these plates has a different maker's mark on the back because they're made at different times. So that does say Blue Ridge hand painted underglaze Southern Potteries made in the USA. It says 10J, and you can see they're slightly different. See, this flower here is smaller than that flower, but you can find, like, you know, maybe a whole set of these that match, and it has the other maker's mark on it. Looks like that. And that one says 11F on it. So they are different, but I'm going to sell these together as a pair. And this ridge right here is considered the pie crust ridge. So that's kind of interesting. Now, this one has It has this tiny little flea bite here. I'm not sure if you can, there we go. And on the underside, it has a pretty sizable chip out of it. But when you turn it this way, you cannot see that. You can feel it when you put your finger there, you can feel it, but you cannot see it from the top. I debated about putting this back, but it's too pretty and it's too vintage. I thought sell them as a pair. People use them for display. For the most part, they're using them for display. So they normally sell in that anywhere from $10 to $15 a piece, roughly. And so I think for the pair, I can get anywhere between $20 and $25 because of the condition issues on this one. I picked up this tall, skinny Christmas tree. It is covered in lights, has this little base on it. I want to use this in my emporium, especially next year, to display Christmas items now that I'm more into the vintage Christmas. It'd be really cool. I'll fluff it out and then be able to hang the ornaments on it. In the thrift store, I did not have a chance to see if these lit up, but I actually didn't care because I might not use the lights for the purpose that I want it for. It was $8.98 at 25% off. It's under $7. It's closer to $6 for me, which is fantastic. But I did plug it in once I got home and it does light up, so I can use it either way. So that's a win-win for me. But this is just for in my emporium. The girl that was at the register checking me out, she put all of the soft items in one big giant bag, which looks huge, but it's really lightweight. So let me open it up and then I'll show you what's inside of this. I got the bag open. So the first thing is this. This is for an infant. This is an infant life vest, and it was not even showing you the price, $4.98. I got this for my daughter and son-in-law, not because they're having a baby, but because they have a lake at their house and they have a lot of little kids coming all the time. And I constantly, oh, look how cute that is. I constantly pick up life vests of all different sizes because people come and you can't put an adult version on a kid. You need kid sizes, adult sizes. So I've been picking them up anywhere I can find them, at the bins, thrift stores, whatever. So they have a whole bunch of different ones. Obviously, you wouldn't float an infant out on the lake, but if you want to bring your infant out onto the lake with you, you might want to have a life vest on the baby, or even like a, well, not a, it says infant, but I would think maybe like a year-old infant, something like that. So anyways, this is not for resale. This is for them. The next item I want to get out is right here. This is the Mrs. Claus Puffalump plush. It was $1.98, so $2. So I got another 50 cents off of that, roughly. And it's made by Anco. Trying to get that to focus a little more. It says 1992. 1992, if my camera is not focusing on that. I've been trying to learn a little bit more about plushes, and I thought, oh, let me look this one up. So I only paid about $1.50 for her, and I expect to get around that $15 range. I see a few more items in here for me. Yarn. So we got 50 cents off on that, so that's $1.50. You cannot buy yarn for $1.50. That might not be a full skein, and I'm fine with that. Same with this one, same price. And they're both green tags, so yeah, $1.50, so $3 for these. Put those aside, those are for me. It's starting to fall off the table a little bit. So let me get this up. So this is the Wonder Bread sandwich container. That is just too cute. It reminds me of my childhood. Not that my mom would buy us Wonder Bread. She liked another brand. I think it was Sunbeam, or no, not that one. The other one. I don't know. Anyways, we used to get a different kind of bread, and we used to beg to get this bread because it was just so popular. So every once in a while, she would buy it for us. This is 99 cents, so I got it for 75 cents. And I'm going to put this in my booth because it only goes for about $4, $5, somewhere, you know, in that range. So I just thought this was a fun novelty item. Everything falling off the table here. There's this handbag. It's a Calvin Klein. It looks new and unused. I did pay up for it, $9.98. So let's say $10, but I got 25% off, so I paid $7.50 for it. I think I can sell that for like $20 or $25. I'm going to put this up on eBay and Poshmark. All right, back into the bag. So this looks like a giant tote, but it's actually a cooler. It's one of those insulated coolers. And it has this cute little feature on the top where you can just open this and reach in there and get what you want. So it's good for beverages. It's $6.98, so $7. And I get 25% off. So what is that? That's, I can't do the math fast enough. What is that, $1.50 or $1.75 off of that price? Is called Polar Pack. This is for me. I've been wanting one of these. I've been keeping my eye out, and this is in really good condition. So this is also a keeper. Let's see what else is in the big plastic bag here. So I knew what this was right away before even getting close to it. It's a Vera Bradley, but it's a black one. Usually they're always florals and things, but they did do a whole series of black handbags, and this is the wristlet, $6.98. I got 25% off of that. So I was attracted to this for myself. I kind of like this kind of big wristlet, and so I think what I'm going to do is I might use it for a while, and then I will put it up for sale. They don't sell for a lot, and it would probably be a long tail, but I would put this up on Poshmark and eBay when I'm ready to sell it. Oh, it has this front little pocket, which is nice. A lot of the ones I was seeing didn't have this extra detail on it. They were just the wristlet and didn't have this. And then it's got lots of little pockets on the inside, a zippered one, and these little holders that you can put like lipstick and things in. So I just thought this was really functional. And the last thing in this bag, but we are only about halfway through this haul. So some of the things were for me, some were for other people. This is, look at the feet on these, on this, I mean, Brunswick. This Brunswick bag is for a bowling ball. And my niece and nephew have just recently gotten into bowling, so that's why I picked this up. But I think I'm going to be gifting this to them. Right now they have a double bowling ball bag, but I thought, well, if it's only one of them going bowling at some point, they might appreciate this. So I actually picked this up to give it away. I paid, oh, let me turn it around, $4.98, but I got the 25% off that tag. I am not going to open these bags. They were both $8.98. This bag of yarn is just your regular acrylic yarn. I got this for myself. I have recently got back into crocheting, and when you see prices like that on yarn, it's definitely worth picking up. Now, if I only use, like, say these skeins, and I really don't want these skeins, I can always sell them, because these, from what I can tell, look like they're full skeins. If they weren't, I would just disclose it that they weren't full skeins, and I would sell them either on Facebook Marketplace or on eBay. I've sold yarn on eBay. Yarn does sell, and depending on the brands and the colors and things like that, you get all different kinds of prices. So speaking of yarn of different prices, this I like because of the purples and the greens, and when I put it in my cart, I just happened to see, I gotta find the label. Here's one of the labels. It says Ultra Alpaca. Alpaca yarn goes for really good money. So I am going to have to look at these skeins and see, are they full, not full skeins? Maybe lot them up by color, or maybe just have it as a mixed color lot, and maybe do several lots, because this sells for really good money. So this I'm reselling, this one I'm keeping. I'm going to drop in a screen recording from the solds on eBay so you can get a sense of why this is a bolo. And this bag of yarn is worth more than, I think, all those dishes, or close to it. I might be a little optimistic, but if you see that name, it says, it's BERROCO, Burrico Ultra Alpaca Yarn. Even partial skeins would be worth picking up, even if you know nothing about yarn. If it has a name, just like anything else, you can go on to eBay, look up the name, do your solds, and see if it's worth picking up. For this price, of course, it went right in the cart. This framed artwork, it is signed. It was really interesting, because I think this is a one-of-a-kind that the artist made, that artist. You can buy the print of this, and I think the artist bought several prints and then did it in a 3D style, because it's completely layered in there. It's going to be hard for me to price it out, but I might price it kind of high because of the effort that went into making this. And I did pay up for it, $8.98, 75. I'm sorry, it would be 25% off. So I only pay 75% of that price. So roughly like $6.74 is what I calculated that out to be. This is professionally framed. It's got the hanging hardware on the back. And I'm thinking in that like $45 to $55 range for this, but I'll have to let you know. When I go to list it, I will be more specific on what I price it at, or what I think I can get for it. So this is another item that I wasn't planning on selling. I think I'm going to be using it up in my emporium for my whatnot sales or any type of live sale where I want to have things up onto a pedestal, either in the background or showcasing items. So this is staying with me. I'm not reselling it. There was a beautiful smaller version of this in a like teal color, and I passed on it, and then I thought about it later. I'm like, why did I not pick that up for my emporium? I sometimes get into the mindset of don't buy for yourself, don't buy for yourself. We're not here to keep everything, right? You want to buy it to flip for a profit. So this was $6.98, 25% off. It is a threshold, so, you know, completely modern cake stand. I'm sure I could, you know, sell this, you know, somewhere, Facebook Marketplace or in my booth, or it says, maybe not my booth. This is not vintage. I only put vintage items in there. 2012 Target brands. So, I mean, I could possibly sell it on eBay or something like that, but that's not why I bought it. And I love the color of it too. I do love this color. The little teal one, oh my goodness. I'm going to keep my eye out for them because I just need more, say, props for doing different things in my emporium as I move along here. The last item in the haul is actually the first item I put in my cart. That was not on purpose. It's just how I've been unpacking things to show them to you. So this was green tags, $4.98, 25% off. And this is just, I don't know if I can, this is heavy, so let me see if I can flip it over one-handed here. All right, here we go. So I picked it up because it said made in Italy. It does have this modern tag on it. So I don't know that it's actually vintage. I think it is though. And because look how old that barcode tag looks on it. It says white box heart shaped. I got this to start doing Valentine's Day items. Because I just said I don't put non-vintage items in my booth. But I think this is vintage. Or in this case, I might have to make an exception. Every time I try to make a rule, I break the rule. I'm all about being flexible. So anyways, I'm going to be doing an entire booth remodel. I'm going to do that in January for Valentine's Day. I'm going to be bringing in all kinds of pinks and whites and things like that and kind of redecorating my booth. There'll be other things in there. It won't be completely Valentine's Day colors, but it's going to be heavy on the florals and things like that. So I expect to get that $15 to $18 range for this heart-shaped box. That was not the last thing. These are, they were off to the side, almost forgot them. So white tag, 79 cents, 50% off. So 40 cents a piece. These are Pyrex. Let me put that down so you can actually see it. It says made in the USA, Pyrex. These are the lime green little bread plates. As soon as I saw the color of them, I just put them in the cart right away. They're milk glass. It's the milk glass with the lime green edges on them. So I expect to get somewhere in that $12 to $15 range for these, and I only paid, well, technically about 80 cents for the pair. Thank you for watching. This is my pile on the floor of my haul items. Some being for me, my nephew and niece, my daughter and son-in-law. But most of this is for resale, or it's going to be used in my emporium. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Put any comments down below. I love reading your comments. And please subscribe to my channel. And I will catch you guys on the next one.